Hamstring strains. Part A, question 1. Describe how rehabilitation procedures are used to manage the specific sport injury in hamstring. Rehabilitation management. The immediate treatment for the injury consists of RISO protocol, rest, ice, compression, elevation, and referral. The RISO protocol should be followed 2 to 5 days depending on how severe the injury is. The aim is to reduce the bleeding and damage in the muscle. The muscle must be rested in an elevated position with an ice pack applied for 20 minutes every 2 hours, but never directly applied to the ice. Apply ice to the skin. As shown in the picture before, correctly sized compression bandage should be applied to limit bleeding and swelling in the injured area. So on the top right, you see the ice pack being applied and the bandage applied. The no harm protocol should also be applied to no heat, no alcohol, no running or activity, no massage. This is due to let the healing process work on its own. Part B. Evaluate specific strategies for safe return play. Safe return to play. Timeframes for rehabilitation and return to sport vary depending on the nature and severity of the strain. Again, this diagram shows 3 grades of how severe a hamstring injury is. The first grade sprain shows small tears from the stretching. Grade 1 sprain should be rested for at least 3 weeks. In grade 2 sprain, it shows larger but incomplete tear. If you are in this grade, you should be resting minimum 4 to 8 weeks. In grade 3, complete tear, you're resting 8 weeks plus and you might have to undergo surgery. Premature return to sport and inadequate rehabilitation will increase the risk of injury. So this just means you have to make sure that your legs are strong enough to go in sport so you don't re-injure your hamstrings. Full strength and should be achieved in addition to the ability of performing full speed training. Self-explanatory. Pre-strengthening process. So these are some things to keep in mind during the process. Do not stretch for at least 5 days. Let the injury properly heal first because you may cause more stress to the muscle. Gently stretching. Massage your hamstrings with your hands or a roller, just like shown in the diagram on the right. Once the pain is all gone, you need to strengthen the muscle. So she is just using her body weight and moving forward and back over the hamstring muscles. Here are some simple strengthening procedures. On the top left is the starting position. Moving to the right picture, you see he's putting pressure into the ball with his feet. This flexes all your hamstring muscles, and you do this 15 times, at least twice a day. And then the second option is the bottom left photo is that starting position where your knees are raised. And in the fourth picture, it is extended, and you just redo this process, so just putting your knees up and down while tensing your core, of course, because you might have a sore back at the end. And this also helps strengthen the hamstring muscles. Assessment of all of sport-related activities such as twisting, jumping, and changing direction suddenly should also be evaluated. So before going back in sport, test out your legs to see if it can handle the speed situation and stuff. Yeah, thank you.